are now walking in the Hertz world. You are now walking into Hertz world. Aye.
Turn me up, Trey. Discussion that we need to hear. Topics they be scared to touch. Parties say we do too much. Hurt, I think they scared of us. Meaning this filled with hits. How you turned up like a jit. You are now in Hertz world. If you love a hatchet chick, you are now in Hertz world.
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 And y'all know how we do. It's me, the Big Hurt. And you tuned in the Hertz world, man. Season... shit. It's been so long. I don't remember. I want to say it's season 5. Maybe season 6. If you have not heard that in a while, it's because we've been on a break. Hertz world had to take some time off to kind of get stuff together and make some moves and move some stuff around and get things better for y'all. So I took off for a month. Like, we recorded an episode in January, and then all of February we were just, not working. So, but no, it's kind of one of them things where we needed a reset. We needed to figure some things out. We needed to make some moves to make things better for y'all. So thank y'all so much for, the inboxes and saying, hey, where's the show? We missed the show. It's back. So, get ready to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend that Hertz world is back and we are going to be better than ever. Did y'all miss me? Like, I feel like I missed out a lot. Like, I took a break. If you're going to be 100% honest, I was like, bro, I took a break at the wrong damn time. I took a break before the Super Bowl, before the Grammys, before Tessa Ressa. It's been a lot of shit that has happened. I was like, bro, this could be a whole show. But, I had to take that time and kind of just sit down and let everything come to me. The break was very, very much needed just because it was one of them things where the show was becoming more of work than it was for fun. And the one thing that I've always said about Hertz world is, if Hertz world ever becomes like work to me, then it may be time to take a step back. I do this because I love talking. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. But if that ever starts to feel like work, then that means I'm thinking too much about it. I'm putting too much pressure on myself. And all this is just supposed to be fun. So I didn't want to lose or take out the fun of, being me. So that's why I was like, you know what? Take a step back, reevaluate, make some things different, make some changes, and then, we come back. So we are officially back. We're going to go to break. I got a dope episode for y'all. It is Women's Herstory Month, or Women's History Month, but we call it Her Story around here at Hertz World. Today we are talking to 3 talented, amazing, beautiful, gracious, exuberant, talented, just blow your mind authors. And I can't wait to, y'all hear some of these stories. I will say this, one of these stories, get your tissues ready. Whenever I hear it or I see it, it's one of them things that it's just like, damn, like this woman persevered through all that and she's still out here kicking ass. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more Hertz World.
Welcome to BTM Social Studios, where your next project becomes a masterpiece. Step inside and experience the difference that great acoustics and professional grade equipment can make. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster or just starting out, our studio offers an environment designed for success. So when you're ready to book your next session, check us out at www.btmbs.com or call us at 901-490-7995.
Welcome back to Hurt's World. I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, The Big Hurt. And if she says I'm not, we're going to be nice this season. We're not going to call out her name. We're just going to say that her feet smell like corn chips. And we're going to leave it at that. We're not going to call her out the name this early. We're just going to say her feet smell like corn chips. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up. And I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves. So here we go.
Oh, it's me. I'm doing so good, y'all. My bad. Hey, y'all. I'm Ro. I am from St. Louis. I am the author of the weekly planner and activity book for girls age pre-K through the 2nd grade.
Okay. Who's up next? There we go.
Hello. I'm Ramisha Nashay. I am actually releasing my debut book. My debut book will be out. I'm shooting for late May, early June. It's called Moment of Transparency. I am 36 years old. I am in Maryland. I'm currently in Baltimore, Maryland area. And it's really just about my life, a lot of the trials and tribulations I've gone through, especially recently. And I'm looking forward to getting it out. Some of the writing is in progress. I have some photography to get done because it will be a mixture of stories, poetry, and some photos to kind of capture everything. So I'm really looking forward to getting that out to the world.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, come on off mute and tell the people who you are.
Hi, I'm Paris Breeze, and I am 52. I am from Detroit, but I'm currently in Raleigh, North Carolina. And my book came out on Valentine's Day, and it's called Heartache and Pain, The Diary of a Fat Girl. It is my second published work, but it's the first work I done. It was a collaborative called I Can't Breathe back in 2022, right after George Floyd passed away. But the book has nothing to do with him. It was just at that time I was going through some stuff with other authors, and we wanted to talk about our hurt. And my book directly is about me growing up as a big girl. And I always felt that men treated me different. I've always looked for love in the wrong places. I was molested. It goes over suicide. So my book is out to not for a profit, but I just want to help another young girl that's going through not having their father in the home and letting them know that you can make it, even though you're a single parent, if you by yourself, if you don't have that support from your father. So that's what my book is about.
So 3 amazingly talented ladies, 3 different stories, 3 different point of views. Let's dive right into. Let's just go ahead straight into it. So I went to school with Ro, so that's how I know Ro. That's my auntie Paris. Auntie Paris was my other aunt's like best friend from college, and she kind of just adopted me as her nephew when my aunt passed. Because she just was like, hey, I'ma love on you because your auntie's not here. And then Ramisha, we met in a Facebook group, I think.
Yes.
And it was called Beyond the Well.
Yes.
And I don't remember the original group. I just remember the antics of the group we were in. But the one thing that I always noticed about Ramisha, or I recently noticed about Ramisha, is she has been so transparent with her recent journey. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let Ramisha, have the floor to kind of tell y'all a quick snippet of her current journey and why this book that she's putting out is so important to her.
All right. Well, as I said, my book is titled Moment of Transparency. And I kind of started using that term a lot over the years, more so recently. Whenever I just wanted to put something out there and be transparent and not really worry about being judged for it. I did get a lot of blowback from it, but I got more support than anything. A lot of people thought that it was me seeking attention. And I think one thing that people need to understand is people release in different ways. You may write, you may sing, you may, some people have people they can call and talk to and release that. And I didn't have that. So I just kind of started putting it out there into the social media world because that's where I started to learn. That's where my village was. It wasn't, necessarily the people in my everyday life. It was people I had never met, lived nowhere near me, that sort of thing. And that's where my biggest support came from. So my book, Moment of Transparency, I'm going to start it in my early years, but there will be a lot of focus on the past year, which I'm a mother of 3 children. My children I have a 17-year-old daughter, I have a 9-year-old son, and I have a 3-year-old son. And during this past year, we experienced homelessness. It was the craziest year of my life. It was the scariest year of my life. It was one of those things where it really tested my strength. And, it was really hard, especially, that would be hard for anybody, but especially when you have 3 little people depending on you, to make it right and keep you afloat. And that was one of the scariest things. But, we experienced homelessness. At one point, the kids were bouncing around a little bit to different family members, and I was sleeping in my vehicle. I'm a Lyft and Uber driver. So, I was just kind of sleeping in the vehicle and waking up and working and, just kind of doing that around the clock. And eventually we ended up in a motel, and we did live in a motel for about 4 months. During those 4 months, I got into a major car accident this past October. It seemed like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And I was just trying to stay afloat. I was commuting 2 hours each way every day, just so I could make enough money for us to be able to stay afloat. Eventually, after being denied several times by different houses and apartments, I eventually did get approved for an apartment. We moved in January 3rd. So just last month, all of this stuff just happened. And I'm still kind of dealing with the ashes and the aftermath and trying to rebuild. But we are in a place now. But there was just so much that transpired through that time. And I pretty much documented a lot of it on social media, but I wanted to write a book and include some of the things I didn't talk about, include some of the backstory and things in my past and growing up and everything that kind of shaped me into this person now. Because, people tend to tell me all the time, man, you're so strong and you just keep going. But there's so many times where I didn't know if I could keep going. And I didn't know I would get through to the other side. So I want my book to serve as like an inspiration, that when it gets hard and it gets dark, if you just, grab onto that little bit of faith and trust in what you can't see. And basically just hold on until you get to the other side, because there is something better on the other side. And I'm looking forward to putting, that book out and sharing it with the world, and hopefully helping some people and inspiring some people. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Man, like that story, because I would see those statuses sometimes, and I would just be like, how do you continue to, stay in a positive mindset after, being denied for apartments, or after the accident, going through all the stuff that you went through, with the company, with the Uber company, and being denied, and then just the constant outpour of blessings that people just kind of like, hey, go here, here's this, take care of this, look here, look there. So it's always been inspiring to kind of see, how over the last year you've grown, you've elevated out of that situation to where you are now. So kudos to you for that. Auntie Paris,
Yeah.
Diary of a Fat Girl. I was kind of taken back by the title, but explain how Diary of a Fat Girl came about.
Well, growing up as an only child, I didn't have like a lot of siblings, or I didn't have a lot of people in my home. So I was always by myself. So like you were saying, Ramisha, people had an out. Everybody has a way of showing their emotions. And my therapy was to write. So I just started writing a diary of all my everyday stories and my feelings. And eventually, as I would go back and always read, like, oh my God, I went through this 3 months ago or 4 months ago. I'm going to make this a book. And so I continue to write every single day. I started writing this diary when I was 14, and I stopped at the age of 27. So the book goes all the way up until I turned 27. And it tells every different little milestone, every little trial I had, relationships, me wanting to kill people, kill myself. It's a really deep book. And it got to the point where I was like in a real dark place. And like everybody said, well, all you got to do is pray. At that time, 16, 17, I don't know nothing about praying. Even in my 20s, I didn't know nothing about praying. God can't help me. I even spoke to like my pastor when I was really on my way to committing suicide. And the only thing that stopped me was my baby girl, Takira. She woke up and was like, Mommy, I love you. And something snapped. And I was like, oh, shoot, let me get it together. And that's what saved me. And I know that was probably God waking her up at that moment. Because if she hadn't woke up, me and her I wouldn't be sitting here today. So that's what my book is about. And society now have just really kind of like sort of accepted big girls, juicy girls, BBWs, or whatever you want to call them. But back in my time when I was growing up, we couldn't get a boyfriend. They always thought we had money, or they thought we were easy, or we had low self-esteem. And I was neither. And me and your Auntie Carol, we met in college, and she would always tease me with my little outfits on. And she was like, you the flyest big girl I know. I said, well, I'm going to get you some of this fly too, because my mother was a seamstress. So I can we had Hudson's back then, which is Macy's. They always had the cute designer stuff for the skinny girls. I couldn't wear that. So my mom kept me looking good. And they'd be like, oh, where you get that from? It was tailor-made. Thank you. So that's what helped me strive to make this book right. Because some of these big girls now, they making clothes, and the big girls think they can wear them, but they can't. and you find them wearing stuff with all this hanging out. No, there's a way to look good, even though you're a big girl. You don't have to let everything out or whatever. But you can wear the sexy stuff, but you have to know what fits your body. So that's what I'm trying to strive to help some of these girls coming up, even some of these older and younger women. You don't have to expose your body like that. There's a way you can look good with just a regular dress on, sundress on. It's all about how you feel about yourself. So that's the basis of the book, and that's what the name came from, because it's a diary of a fat girl.
I just want y'all to know, you got to be too something to do something. Just thought I thought it. Babe, y'all know you gotta be too something, do something. And if you 180, we could probably make a baby. It's something else, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But no, and I think when people read your book and they see your story, not only do I recommend women read it, but guys, y'all should read it too for a couple of reasons. One, you kind of see what it's like for a plus size woman, and then two, being a plus size guy, we kind of get shaded a little bit too. They just figure out, all he do, like he just like to eat, or he can't, he a big guy, so he can't dress fly, or he just gonna use it. He probably got a little money because he big, and you see the guy, on the old Italian movies, stuff like that. But let me tell y'all, I ain't got no money, but this stomach here, it's going down. But this stomach here, that's a woman's favorite playground. So, ladies, I know it's about to get a little warm outside. Get you a big dude. Make sure you got his towel to wipe his face. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get my shirt. But make sure you got his towel to wipe his face. Get you a big dude, man. Because in the summertime, you got shade, and in the winter, you won't stay warm. I thought I'd throw it out there. Ro, before I go out of control, what made you write this planner for pre-K to second graders?
So I want to say, before we even get started with me, y'all, once again, I'm Ro. I want to say you women are beautiful, and it's something about this panel that you got going on here, Herc, where it shows it's power in the pain, right? So like the other women here, mine came from a healing space, right? So I think my journey in life, or the stage that I was in when I created the weekly planner and activity book for the girls, was healing the inner child. And that was just a part of my spiritual, journey and walk. And also a part of my prayer, because I was like, God, I need to do something. I need to make some money, and I need an idea. So give me the words that I need, right? So I came up with the activity in the planner book. It was like I was going to do something a different route, but it just ended up being that. I come from a background where I've been working with kids for forever. I've been tutoring kids for forever. I work with a nonprofit with kids, so it just made sense for me to do it. And when I got started, God and the universe just led the way, So that's my story. It was pain in it, but it was a little bit of I'm gonna show you not to mess with me. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. Sometimes you gotta prove something to people and to yourself. Like it came from that space. I'm gonna be honest. It did. It came from a space I gotta prove myself to myself. I gotta prove myself to other people, and I'm trying to leave a legacy for these kids. So that's how that came about.
If you haven't noticed, I got together three amazingly talented women, three amazing mothers, and three different amazing stories. From overcoming, things with Ramisha, Auntie Paris overcoming, demons and stunting on you hoes. Ro
Period.
putting out planners and just like being like this dope individual, man. Like it's so fulfilling for me to, you know, have a platform where people can come on and just, you know, tell a story. Because like it's not like, yeah, you can get on social media and, you know, yeah, you could talk, but it's always fulfilling for me to kind of hear the background of some of these stories and, you know, see where this stuff came from. Because, you know, like I didn't know anything about you know, my Auntie Paris story, or anything about Ramisha's story. I didn't know, you know, the planet came from a place of, you know, kind of a place of pain. Like I never would have thought about. I never would have thought that. You know, so y'all being open and transparent really is dope for me. And I appreciate y'all. So we're gonna go to break. Dry your eyes out a little bit. You know, because we about to. I was gonna ease y'all into the messy, but then I said, you know what? That's not like me. I just give it to you straight to your face. So when we get back, I'm gonna be messy. We'll be right back and more Hertz World. Stay tuned.
Promote your brand with Hertz World Podcast. Explore our range of advertising packages with options starting at $25. For inquiries, please reach out to Herc at hertzworld24@gmail.com. That's HERCSWORLD24@gmail.com. Elevate your marketing strategy with Hertz World Podcast today.
Welcome back to Hertz World. I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, Big Hurt. She says I'm not. Man, that hell a liar. It's back. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Figures, yeah, look. I'm gonna have a contest this evening. If y'all can find a new tagline for me to where I don't have to call the girl a hoe, I'll give you a gift card. And speaking of gift cards, people that y'all, I forgot about y'all. Y'all gift cards coming. Just had to make some moves. But if y'all can find a tagline where I don't have to say she a hoe, I'll give you a gift card. But until then, that whole life. Anyway, so let's talk pop culture. Unless y'all have been living under a rock for the last week and a half, this lady got on TikTok and basically released a 50-part story. Why is it 50 parts? Hell, I don't know. She just wanted to talk for 50 parts, whatever. From my understanding, it's 50 parts. They're 10-minute long videos. And in these videos, she tells about how it's titled "Who the F Did I Marry?" And I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with y'all. I didn't watch all that shit. My attention span is good, but it ain't like all that. So I took the easy way out, and
You read an article, Herc.
I did. I did. And if we're gonna be if we're gonna be even more honest, I didn't even read an article. I found a TikTok video and he explained it better than I did. So
I didn't watch it either.
Well, see, I'm glad I wasn't
I
the only
haven't
one.
heard of it.
Well, I'm gonna find a video, and this person is gonna give us the Cliff Notes version of what's going on. Well, if I turn on the Wi-Fi, I guess it'll work a little bit better.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that. I'm trying to get to this money. I'm out here selling baby books.
Nah, I mean,
I could not.
And now don't get me wrong, like it's great. Like by all means, sweetheart, get your bag. Who am I to tell you not to do what you're supposed to do? But I wasn't like I watched. I watched like a video and a half. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
think
watched a
like
video and a half.
I think like the real short cut and dry version is this woman met this man. I don't remember if she met him online or not, but
She did.
okay. So basically everything he told her was a lie. He made up like this job. He made up how much money he had. He made up people in his family dying. Just all kinds of stuff. And you know, it was basically her getting that all out. I mean, and these were some really outlandish lies by this guy. And she married him. We've all been
blinders. We all been straight and forward sometimes. I don't know if we done had brick walls now, but we didn't have some blinders on.
I feel like that was a bit brick wallish. Like, there's no way, you know, some of this stuff got by her, and like, no, it was so far fetched. Like, maybe it's just me.
She probably had low self-esteem.
Yeah, I'm sure that played I'm sure it did.
I found a short video. I'm gonna play this for y'all. Let me share my screen with y'all.
All right.
That is the wrong button. There we go. Share screen. There. Share. Okay. Can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. We gonna pick her because she seems like, you know, she's.
They went on a date to the Cheesecake Factory first time. On the way to the date, she got a flat tire and she called him. Okay, girl, let's get into it. So basically, Lisa Pisa met this guy on Facebook dating app. They went on a date to the Cheesecake Factory first time. On the way to the date, she got a flat tire and she called him and said, "Hey, I have a flat tire on my way to the date." They had held hands. They had a great time. In the midst of this, COVID happens. So the whole entire world went on lockdown. She decided that she did not want to quarantine by herself. So she decided that she wanted to quarantine with him. He moved out of his studio apartment, moved in with her. He was paying all of the bills. Hence one of the reasons why she got bamboozled, because he's paying all the bills. Of course, what he's saying is true to me. So in the midst of that, she got pregnant. So he kept promising her a house. So they were looking at houses. The houses fell through. She found out that he was lying about the house because he said that he had a realtor friend and that they closed on the house. She did a little bit of research. She found out that the house was sold to somebody else, but she decided at this time that she wasn't going to confront him on it because she's already pregnant, and she's just going to let him tell whatever type of lie he wants to tell, because she's pregnant and she just wants her happy ending. So she just let him get away with his lies. He continued to lie to her, gaslight her about the houses, and she had a miscarriage. I personally think that's the reason she had a miscarriage, because she was stressed out. He kept gaslighting her about, oh, I'm going to buy you a house. I'm going to do this and the third. He never did it. They never got the house. She had a miscarriage. So now we're in January, February. I've skipped over some things. If you want all the details, baby, you got to go watch all 50 parts. I'm just trying to give it to you, you know, so you can understand what's going on, girl. So January, February roll around. No, prior to that, she told him, I don't want to talk about houses anymore. Like, let's just get through the holidays. So they get through the holidays. They get through January, February, her birthday. Everything was cool for real. So he leaves his job. He tells her that he leaves his job and that he doesn't want to work there anymore because, you know, stuff is going on. Whole time he got fired. But let's backtrack a little bit. Prior to him leaving his job, he was telling her that he was the VP at a condiment company. I'm guessing like Hanes or something like that in Atlanta. I'm not really sure. He was telling her that he was the VP. He had a company car and a company helicopter. Okay. So he kept taking her to dealerships to look at cars and like promising her cars, that he's going to get her cars, this, that, and the third. He never got her the car. She wound up getting a Nissan. And she said she only got the Nissan because he was helping her pay the note on it. She said if he wasn't helping her pay the note, he would have never got the car. An argument happened between them, and she decided that she was going to show him and she was going to get another job so that, you know, she could have more income to be able to afford her bills on her own. That's what I took from it. So she went to go apply for another job. When she went to go apply for this other job, they asked for a background check on herself and her husband. She had to get his social security number from him so that she could get the job. He was hesitant to give it to her at first, of course, because his whole life is a lie. So once she get the social security number from him, and it is on the papers that she has to submit to her new job for the hiring process, she realizes that the social security on the background check papers and the social security on the marriage license is different. So this sparks something in her, and she decides to do a deep dive. Also, prior to that, a realtor that she was dealing with also told her, baby, do some research. So she decides to do her research, and in this time, I believe he has an injury, so he's sleeping in the guest bedroom because his knee hurts. So while he's sleeping in the guest bedroom, she decides to do a deep dive. And when she does this deep dive, she finds out a lot of things about him and finds out that he is basically a pathological liar. She finds out that he was married before. She finds out that he's been having fake conversations every morning because he does not have any friends or family that mess with him. She just finds out so much stuff about him while he is sleeping in that guest bedroom. So she finds everything out, pretty much everything comes to a head. I'm just gonna sum it up for y'all. So they get into it. She puts him out. She basically is in a rage at this point. I'm gonna beat you if you don't get the out. So he leaves. He comes back, or he keeps calling her on Facebook after she puts him out, and is I have a right to be there. I'm your husband. And she's like, okay, bet. She did her due diligence. She found out that he has a warrant out for his arrest. When he came back to the house, the police were waiting there for him. He got arrested. All of his belongings she donated to a shelter or a domestic violence shelter. And his car got repossessed because he was behind on it. And she called the finance company or whatever and told them where the car was at. And they really haven't talked since. And for the people who don't believe her story, his first wife, son has come forward and confirmed everything Risa Tisa has said. So she is not lying.
Ooh, child.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna shut up. Y'all go ahead and y'all tell me, cause as a nigga, I'm speaking as a nigga, not as a man, as a nigga. If Legion does not win Finesse of the Year, something is wrong.
Yeah. Oh, man, my boy. Oh my God.
I don't even know. Like Paris said, there clearly some, low self-esteem, and when you have those self-esteem issues, them blinders are heavy. Because you just want somebody, you think you can't get anybody else. Maybe you just want that companionship. You don't want to be lonely. I get it. But at what point?
Can I say something real quick, y'all?
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, because I do this little snippet of homegirls chit-chatting here, right? And I try to come and look at stuff from both sides because I believe in duality. I'm a spiritualist. On one side of the young girl, trauma-filled Robin, I used to be in my 20s or something, baby. I was too toxic and I had too much trauma not to be nosy. So for me, are we being transparent and honest? I'm sorry, or you know what I'm saying? Baby, I'm nosy. I'm a Scorpio. 1 + 1, baby, you finna step me into 2 because say what, say huh? So on that side, I just being honest here. Baby, I have so much trauma. We wouldn't have got that far, right? But on the other side of, I had low self-esteem and I had blinders on before, and sometimes we don't ask the right questions. Low self-esteem or not, when you start becoming a woman, you have to start learning those 16-year-old dreams that you used to have what a man would be to you. It's time to switch that goal over and elevate it with your real age. And we don't ask the right questions. We still have this. It's cool to be fantasized and delusional because, baby, I'm a hopeless romantic, to be honest, right? But at some point, we gotta get out the 16-year-old mind frame of what a man and a husband is, and really get into the nitty-gritty. Not judging her at all, because baby, my story will make people turn heads. So that was just my little tidbit.
No judgment here either. I try to be a very non-judgmental person. I just want us to do better and be better.
Yes.
Auntie, go ahead. I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait.
Oh my goodness. Old school. I know I still make some crazy choices right now, but I would really love to see what she looked like.
Oh,
because
she is a big girl. She's a big girl.
See,
we can do that.
I knew that's what she was getting at. Yeah.
I figured that's what
I knew that's what she was getting at.
She need to come talk to me. I need her to talk to
that's
me.
Right, Auntie.
Give her a copy of your book.
Because she need that book. She really need that book. And I'm not perfect or nothing, because I've had my share of having blinders and red flags, but it's so much that you can take. It's only so much, like. and the more you allow, the more they're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to learn how to cut it off.
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
What?
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me she sat on TikTok and dropped 50 plus videos that are 10 minutes apiece, and she gonna make $200,000 from this?
Wait.
Oh wow.
That's what she looked like. But
that's her right there. Okay.
That's her. So I had heard that I had heard that she was making now and this, and like I said, this is no judgment, but the things that after she told her story, she's been offered a trip to Paris, a car, her dream car that she always wanted. She looked like she's on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts here recently. But I knew she had made, all this money after, because after you get to a certain point on TikTok, you can join the creative fund, and you can get your videos get monetized if it gets shared and all the other stuff. So I get all that. But $200,000.
I told y'all that pain be power. Didn't I just say that before we started? I said that pain is power, honey. So, I mean, that's why I say as a spiritualist, sometimes I don't know if it's my hood side in the St. Louis in me that be popping out sometimes when I talk, but spirit bring me right on back. That pain be power, baby. I'm telling you. That's a lot of money. And you know what she should have said? Thank you. I would have cozy right on up in one of them new cars, and I hope it had to booty warmer too. And push my button, because baby, she ain't turning no key. I would have pushed that button. Thank you very much. All the tears, baby. The universe will turn it around. Them tears turn into dollars. I ain't mad at her.
Yes, indeed.
That's crazy.
Ooh-wee. I got a story. Y'all want to hear them now?
Right. That part. That part.
Look, we can clip a story and we'll put that joint out. Like, $200,000.
I got something to say.
Look, I was married for 10 years. I got a story.
Hold on, wait. Then here we go. Remember that one time? I got a post on it. Hold on now. I can write this down. I got another book up in me. That's some money.
Yeah. I'll talk all day long. Y'all want to hear my pain. Y'all gonna give me $200,000.
Right. And no shade, fast and form. Like I said, are we judging as women? Like, your story is your story. But I will say, ladies, guys, whoever listens, when you hear this, don't ignore the red flags that your significant other is showing you.
Right.
they are who they say they are. And, like when they show you, believe them. Because I'm pretty sure that she said there were red flags and things that she kind of ignored, throughout this whole process of them getting married and being together. So believe these folks when they tell you they full of shit, or show they full of shit, because actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely.
Before we go to break, the one thing I did want to highlight is, because this story has caught so much, news attention, of course from TikTok. Like I said, she's been on Good Morning America. All the blogs and all the podcasts are talking about it. Charlamagne the God went on a Breakfast Club and he was talking about it. Charlamagne said she is giving big back energy. When I heard what he said,
hold on now,
I did laugh. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I did laugh. He said this is big back activity. I think this is the one. Like, and as a person who is a podcaster and likes to speak his or her mind, sometimes you gotta shut up, Charlamagne. You already on thin ice about some other shit. This might be the one that gets you on up out of there.
Yeah, hold on. I got something to say about that. I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah, like he said, he said this is big back. This sounds like big back activity.
Because apparently skinny girls ain't out here being a fool for men. Apparently,
right. And before we even go there, can we not have the man stand up and take accountability for being a complete asshole? Like, it's a lot of unhealed ass people in this situation, and it's no judgment because, like I said, baby, I have stories. I'm very transparent. I done dealt with some assholes in my life, and I done been blind, baby. Baby, I done been blind. Okay, let's just say that.
The only asshole that you didn't mess with was the tall, light-skinned dude with the dreads that I know. My guy wasn't an asshole. He wasn't. I don't care what you say.
And then
I tried, Ju. I tried. I really did.
You know what? And in that sense, once pain is power and it's coming. So we all been there, right? But let's take some accountability. I don't know if we gotta start from the parents. We gonna stop. No, we not, because people are grown and the adults have to take responsibility. We need to stop saying all this on women, and women need to have bigger self-esteem, and women need to do that. Who the hell raising these men?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where's his accountability? So you were dead ass wrong for dogging a woman out like that. Her one, baby, because this is your karma. Her one step is making that 200,000. Wow, okay? The next step is God tapping him on his ass. Excuse me, y'all. If you know that offends some people, I'm a big cursor. But that next step is God really tapping somebody on their ass. So we gonna stop, like I said, my little tidbit, because I've been there too. But on the other end, it takes two people to either create a problem or fix one. That nigga ain't getting off scot-free. Let's not do that.
And if nothing else, fellas, like, we do need to be held more accountable for the things that we say and do. And on top of that, like I told, like before we hit record and when we got on camera, like I was telling Ro and Misha, like my oldest has a boyfriend, and like, they got girls, and I'm like, man, y'all, like, it's cool. Like, it's cool for like a mom, when their daughter has like a girlfriend, like, they talk and all the other stuff. But for me, as a dad, knowing how I was, I'm a little nervous for two reasons. One, niggas ain't shit all the time, because I wasn't shit. And two, I'd be damned if a little dude put my daughter through half of the shit a third of the shit that I did to hell girlfriend number 2, like that way back when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to put that. Let me not say that because this is being recorded. Things will happen where there'll be slow singing and flower bringing. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say who gonna do it. Just know it can happen. So, but as a dad, I'm just like, you gotta like as a dad, I'm just like, bro, like I gotta teach. I gotta show you, like, hey, it's cool to be all, infatuated and puppy love, but if the nigga walking red flag, you need to move because it's just certain things you shouldn't deal with.
That's when you gotta
put up with
yourself. I definitely tell Skylar, she 14. I tell her if it's a red flag, and it's something I tell myself. Let me start that first because before I teach my kids anything, I talk to me first, right? And I had to when I was accepting them red flags, it's because I thought I was worthy of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, like that's all I thought I was worth. That's why I accepted it. Or for another reason, I feel like that was my settling point. Like I'm okay with this being a 3 or 4 or 5, So instead, now I'm on my 10. Like I don't put a cap on God, so why can't I have a 10? I ain't trying to be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes, and we gotta teach our sons that too, because I got 2 little boys. We not around here spreading traumas. Because traumas turn into STDs and all type of stuff. That's another conversation for another day. But I'm just saying it's a trauma.
It is. If you got nothing, if you got nothing from that segment, don't ignore red flags. We go on a break. We'll be right back from our Hertz World. Oh, Legion, if you want to come on Hertz World and tell your side of the story, we ain't gonna give you 2.5 hours. So I'm not gonna sit and listen to that toxic shit for 2 hours. So we give you a segment. We'll be right back.
Welcome to BTM Social Studios, where your next project becomes a masterpiece. Step inside and experience the difference that great acoustics and professional grade equipment can make. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster or just starting out, our studio offers an environment designed for success. So when you're ready to book your next session, check us out at www.btmbs.com or call us at 901-490-7995.
Welcome back to Hertz World. I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, The Big Hurt. And if she says I'm not,
be nice.
Trying to find it.
Her left toe is bigger than her right. Her left pinky toe is longer than all her other toes, and she has a deformity. There you go. That's the best I can do. I'm trying not to call her, out of name this shit. Anyway, so not only if you just joining in, I don't know how you did that. You probably fast forwarded, which was real stupid. But we were just, just talking about Ressa Tessa. Am I saying this woman's name right? Is it
I actually do not know.
Is it Tessa Ressa or?
I think it's Ressa Tessa.
It's Ressa Tessa.
Not calling.
I'm sorry.
No.
We call her Big Bank.
We're gonna call her Big Money Tess from this point on. Right, Big Money Tess from this point on. Tess, if you need somebody to donate, if you need a nonprofit to donate, Hertz World is available. We'll take you come on here and talk. I don't know how, but we ain't gonna do 50 parts. We can't sit there long. But if you want to donate, you can. Not only did we just get done talking about Ressa Tessa, we gonna go a little messier. Why hurt? Because that's what we do on Hertz, where we talk real, but we be messy at the same time. Diddy, aka Mr. Sean Combs, aka Mr. Diddy Bop, aka Mr. Sonic, aka Mr. Sonic Shootman, aka Mr. Love, aka Love, aka JT's piss partner, aka why this nigga still relevant, aka whatever you want to call him, has another lawsuit filed against him. And in this lawsuit, them folks were dropping names.
Mm.
Diddy, Meek Mill may or may not have been mentioned. Nicki Minaj may or may not have been mentioned. And a couple other people may or may not have been mentioned in this particular lawsuit. It's like 40 something pages of this lawsuit about how Diddy allegedly had this relationship or, cornered this individual into things that they did not want to do. So before we get into this, viewer discretion is advised. If this is a sensitive topic, because I am a firm believer in no means no. So if I tell you no, that means no. God damn it. And that goes for men and women. If you say no, that means that's it. That's it. Like it ain't no playful. Oh no, the answer's fucking no. Now, what do y'all think about Diddy?
I'm gonna go ahead and go first. I feel like my way of thinking is a little off track with most people's, but I'll put it like this. I'm not a fan of the one saying, oh well, if first of all, I'm not saying I believe it or disbelieve it, but I don't like general statements like, oh, if this many people says it's true, then it's true. I'm not a fan of that, because what I know is if enough people, if somebody says something about somebody, let's say for instance Cassie put out her accusations, and she filed her lawsuit, and she got, I forgot the dollar amount, something in the millions. 30 million. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he paid her 30 million to basically drop that lawsuit. Now here's what happens, and I'm not saying it's true or not true. Somebody else is like, man, that was easy. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even need 30 million. Just give me 10. I'll shut up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not saying it's true or not true, but I can see how that can happen, and then a domino effect can happen. Mm-hmm. I can see how that can happen. Because what I will say is I'm one of those people who don't believe, and I might get crucified for this, but I'm one of those people who don't believe the allegations against Michael Jackson. I just do not believe them. I would need some harder proof. I would need people to stop recanting their stories. And the parents were moving a little funny too. So I cannot give a definitive answer on if I believe all of the accusations against Diddy. I do believe some of the stuff. I do believe Cassie. I cannot speak on the 20 million other people who are coming forward. And I won't speak on them. So that's my piece.
I do feel like, and we just gonna be honest, I said this when Diddy settled so fast. I joked that Diddy must have missed his Illuminati payment, and he in trouble. I also said that the way he settled so fast, it makes him look semi-guilty. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side, he was able to, give her what she felt she was due. But I started to say that when this happened, I knew that the floodgates would open for more of what we have now. Because if Cassie comes out and does this civil suit against Diddy, that's going to give somebody else the motivation or the courage to go after somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. So whatever happened, I don't think we'll ever actually know the full truth. Because only people that can speak to what happened are the people that were actually there. But I do feel like this is a domino effect, and this was gonna happen, whether it be for money or attention or closure or whatever it is. It was bound to happen. I do kind of feel like that innocent people will be kind of caught in the crosshairs of this. Because like Meek Mill was like, bruh, that shit ain't true. Like, I'm not gay. I smashed Nicki Minaj. Like, now, granted, that ain't nothing to brag about as of now, but cause and Nicki Minaj is a whole different story. If y'all didn't check out the live episode, Nicki's box has been put on the trash list because of who she with now. And if y'all don't know, she's with a pedophile. So to me, it's trash. But it's just one of them things. It's like, well, a lot of innocent people are going to be hurting this, but a lot of people are going to get closure. There will be a lot of money grabbing, and things like that. The funniest thing, or the funniest meme for me that I've seen, is the person that could, destroy Diddy if he wanted to, is Farnsworth Bentley. If that nigga say, hey, I got a story to tell, and he go on TikTok, and he decide to do a 50-part thing, then like, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you should worry about.
Yeah.
But, go ahead.
I think it's karma. For some reason, I think I was just talking about this earlier. I really believe he had Biggie Smalls killed, because when Biggie Smalls was alive, you didn't hear Puff Daddy was in the background, basically. And soon as Biggie Smalls died, Puff Daddy blew up. I really believe it's just his time. I really believe it's karma. I don't know all the dynamics of the stories, but I just think it's time. And I think it's part of the Illuminati trying to get his ass too, because they got R. Kelly. I'm really pissed about that situation, because a lot of people was like, well, Tasha, how could you still support R. Kelly and you went through something like that? All these parents and these 16, 17-year-old girls knew exactly who R. Kelly was. So there is no way he should have went down for rape. And that's my opinion. Because it's not like he took it. These girls gave it up. Hell, when I was 16, I gave it up to somebody that was 31. So I know these girls, this man got money. So I think when the money ran out, that's when, he raped me, or the allegation started. So, but as far as Puff Daddy, yeah, I just think it's karma. It's coming back on him.
So I'll say about the R. Kelly thing, like, so I've always been, and I'm just gonna be honest, I've always separated the man from the music. Has he done some questionable shit, some disgusting things? Yeah, like, it was on tape. We saw the tape. But as far as like the music R. Kelly, I'm still gonna listen to Step in the Name of Love. I'm still gonna listen to Bubba Brown. But that's just me. Do I think R. Kelly is a horrible person? No. Is Robert Kelly or Robert a fucked up individual? By all means. Yeah, he need help. He should be in jail. But I also do feel like that the parents and whoever else and the guardian should also be held responsible because as a parent or a guardian, I don't give a damn who you are. I'm not letting my 16, 17-year-old daughter be around a dude who has a reputation of doing certain things to young women. That's just not smart. Ramisha, I see it in you. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
I saw it in your face. Go ahead.
Okay, so when all of this happened on social media, I avoided the debates and the discussions. Same thing with Bill Cosby. I avoid these debates because I have such strong opinions. So as a teenager, I also dealt with older guys I had, who could have caught charges because of my age and because of their age. With that said, as the adult, does that not mean he still broke the law, even if I was willing?
See,
did he
hard.
break the Did he break the law? Yes. Like there's no way around it. Did he break the law? Yes. Go ahead, Ray.
It depends on what state too, because some states it's okay for 14 and 15-year-olds to marry older people, but it's like down in the southern states. So I think in Michigan it's 16. That's the consensual age. So I don't know. R. Kelly was in, I don't know where he was at, but I think it depends on like what state you're in. What do they consider a consensual age for you to have sex? And him with that 14-year-old, that was totally wrong. And her parents need to be charged also with that because they know dang on well who he was. But it also, I think it also is kind of a fine line because you got to look at the whatever state that they're in. What is the consenting age for you to be actually having sex, where it's not considered breaking the law?
Yeah, and I mean, so I guess to answer the question, is he wrong is he breaking the law? In my opinion, yes. Like, in my opinion, nobody 15, 16-year-old is smart enough to say, okay, I'm going to sleep with this 25, 28, 30-year-old guy. That's just me. So did he break the law? Yes.
Take the law word out of it. Like, is it right or wrong? Like, regardless of the state they're in, you're saying in some morally, it's okay for a 45-year-old man to sleep with a 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl. Like, take the law word out of it.
Can I get in after you, Herc? I'm sorry, y'all go ahead.
No, but I'm gonna let you go because so what I will say, I don't morally, I don't know, because I recently found out, and by doing research and talking to other people, like Mary and Joseph were like, Mary was like 15 and Joseph was damn near like 40 when she had Jesus. So like morally, is it wrong? Yeah, but if we go back to the time before, no, I don't know. Go ahead, Ro.
Oh my God, y'all. My insides are screaming.
Yes.
Oh my God. So I feel like, So going back to the original part, and I'm gonna skim through this, y'all. Make long story short, like grandma. I feel like going back to the original with the Diddy situation, it's not much I can speak on because baby, I sell baby books. Okay, I only have expertise in my trauma and my trauma only, and getting these babies about their trauma. I sell baby books, but to give an opinion if it counts, because they like assholes, and I'm sitting on a cushion one right now, y'all. I think that we in culturally, right? If I could just kind of look at the different core of where we going with these people, culturally, we're known, our men are known for putting themselves in compromising positions, right? To establish themselves of having some type of power or elite type of look. And that all trickles down to their money, their jewelry, their cars, and their women, right? And I believe culturally it's an underlying tone of domination and mental manipulation that needs to be addressed in our culture, where we take girls or women and we mold them, right? It's like a pimp hoe mentality. I'm sorry to put it out there, but that's when I look at it, that's what I see. It be like a pimp hoe mentality. And I'm not saying that these women are lying or that he is lying in any of these positions, because I do believe some people might have compromised themselves. However, I believe that we need to take a stand back and say, morally, we can go back to Bible and all this and that, and I can go on about how I don't even believe in that part of it. But if we're going to look at it mentally, right? If we just look at our kids, if a grown man bring his 41-year-old tail self up in here, I'm knocking his ass out, baby. I don't care how much love and light I done had in my life for the last 5 years. I would take each one of these stones off and kick his ass like his mama should have. I promise you that. Like, baby, I'm 5 foot nothing, but I got a heart of a fucking lion, and I'm a lioness when it comes to mine. Okay, so mentally, sir, you dead ass wrong. You know you can't get up on a woman who's established and she can see you full of shit, and it's gonna go back to them red flags we was just talking about. You know, so can we say who's right, who's wrong? And I think sometimes when we look at Diddy and R. Kelly, it kind of tying this back to the end part of the convo. It's almost like a popularity test: who had the best catalog that we can still jam to because it created memories within our family. You know, right is wrong is wrong. And culturally, we got to stop toting these thin ass lines of, because I like you a little bit more, and because I two-step with my grandma with you, I'm gonna fuck with you. I mean, mess with you. You know, or because you know, so somebody is wrong in a situation, and I'm gonna say it starts with that grown man. It starts with that grown man knowing you put yourself in that compromising position to have 15 women or 5 underage or overage where you shouldn't have been messing with them. That's just me though.
I mean, hey, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, should even messing with people them young? Hell no. But you know, it's just one of them things. Like, I'm still gonna fill on your booty because that's my shit. That's just me.
I ain't mad at it because I done heard some a time or two. That's why I say, baby, my expertise is baby books and healing.
and I'm not even an expert. I'm just like I just feel like, hey, is Robert as a person
right
messed up? Yes. Is R. Kelly the artist still one of the greatest to ever do it? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna listen.
So, can I play devil's advocate real quick, Hurt?
Sure.
Okay. So, do you think, because personally, see, Robert and Kels got 2 different personalities that we look at, we can't really separate Diddy's. Do you think that may be a problem? Because we can't separate what's that man, Shine? Is that his real name? Mm-hmm. We can't separate him from his career. So because we can't separate him, we just throw him on the way to the wayside.
Well, but see, the thing is, Sean, Diddy, Love, whoever you want to call him, from the go, has kind of always been, or kind of talked about, as being a somewhat fucked up individual and has, he's fucked people over, and you kind of seen it, whether it's in music or it's stories you've heard. Hell, making niggas walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to go get some fucking cheesecake.
I remember
That
with
shit.
Trump.
That alone was like, I will beat your ass. Like, that shit alone was wrong. So, but it I guess, like, because you don't really dissociate yourself from Diddy, from between Diddy and his different personalities, it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Diddy overall has kind of always been painted as an individual who was kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I was thinking. We just throw the whole man away. We don't need. Do we? Ooh, should I rob it? Mm-hmm.
See, I ain't gonna throw him away. Well, yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, until
you ain't got
it
nothing
comes.
to keep him for. What's your favorite Diddy song?
Right now, I'll be missing you, and that's
Okay.
a cover. Damn, what is my favorite Diddy song? Shit, I'll be missing you.
What's your favorite R. Kelly songs?
We ain't got that type of time.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
We ain't got that type of time. But no. So, leave your comments leave your thoughts in the comment section. Y'all canceling Diddy? Y'all believe him? Y'all gonna ride with him? Leave it, and before y'all go in about the R. Kelly thing, just know I don't give a damn. That's one. Two, T-Pain told us way back when, don't fuck with R. Kelly. He did. If y'all listen to the Same Girl remix, the one with T-Pain on it, T-Pain said, I told her ass not to fuck out and go. I told her ass not to go to Chicago and fuck with R. Kelly. She didn't listen. So do that information what you will. We go on a break. We'll be right back with more Hertz World. Stay tuned.
Promote your brand with Hertz World Podcast. Explore our range of advertising packages with options starting at $25. For inquiries, please reach out to Herc at hertzworld24@gmail.com. That's HERCSWORLD24@gmail.com. Elevate your marketing strategy with Hertz World Podcast today.
Welcome back to Hertz World. I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, Big Hurt. And if she says I'm not, that whole life. So this is the part of the show that I find the most entertaining, because it combines my love of music with my love of talking. This part of the show is songs you should not have been singing as a kid. It could be R&B. It could be rap. It could be country. It could be anything that I'm talking about. But you got to know that, like, you knew the song word for word, ad-libs, 2-part harmony, 3-part harmony, whatever it is. You know this song word for word. So, Auntie P.
Nah.
What is one song you should not have been singing as a kid?
Candy Liquor. It's by Marvin Cease.
I was saying that. Okay. Candy Liquor. Okay. That's one we have. That's one I haven't heard yet. Well, I've heard the song, but nobody said that one. So okay. Ramisha, you not out the hot seat? Come on with it.
I'm a music junkie and have been my whole life. One song I know for sure I had no business singing. 504 Boys. I can tell.
Okay. Because I was going to New Orleans. I wasn't thinking about the 504 Boys though. Okay. That's a good one. I like that one.
Just terrible.
Ro, what you got, man?
I don't know if I want to be this transparent because my life is transforming right now to peace, love, and light.
Man, come on with it.
I just did it.
I'm still a little hood though, so God know my heart. I got two. So my first one, y'all, my favorite one is Mary Jane with Rick James. Mary Jane, that's my song, y'all. Still to this day, it wakes me up and motivates me.
Okay.
And like if I was like kind of fast forward to like where's my teenage years, I'm gonna say Magic Stick with 50 Cent and Lil' Kim. I don't think I was supposed to be all into it like that there.
Lil' Kim has a line in that song, and she says,
she said
she made a Coke bottle disappear in her mouth. I said, God damn, that's talent.
And she did, and she said what she said. And I shouldn't have been saying what she said, but I was saying it though.
Hey. Whoosh. Y'all came with it, that one. Mine is very, very mild this week. Now, I don't want to say I was a kid when this song came out, but I was young, and I know I shouldn't have been cussing because if my mama or daddy would have heard me singing this song, they would have whooped my ass. So I'm going to play it. Song of the week this week is this. So, bitches want a lot. Bitches want to, I should not have been saying that as a kid. And my favorite part of the song is mind your business, lady.
Oh yeah.
Nosy bitches get it too. So no, that is a song I know I should have been singing as a kid. Leave your song in the comments. You know what? YouTube don't flag this, but I'm just gonna we gonna go to break playing this. This is my. I forget all about this one.
Me too, because I shouldn't have been singing that going skating
at all.
Don't play the lyrics. Y'all messing up my image right now.
Say you want to fuck. We're going to break. Stay tuned.
Go to break.
We'll be back.
Go to break.
Welcome to BTM Social Studios, where your next project becomes a masterpiece. Step inside and experience the difference that great acoustics and professional grade equipment can make. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster or just starting out, our studio offers an environment designed for success. So when you're ready to book your next session, check us out at www.btmbs.com or call us at 901-490-7995.
Welcome back to Hertz, where I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, Big Hurt. And if she says I'm not, Her twerk Wednesday. That was better. I ain't call out her name. So we've had fun this evening. Before we get up out of here, I just want to say thank you all for coming on and basically kicking, not only being the first show or my first show back, but also kicking off this amazing Women's History Month episodes that we're going to be doing. I wish you all continued success on your books and your journeys. But before we get up out of here, you got to tell everybody where they can purchase your book, what you got coming up, anything you want to share with the people, and where they can find you if you want to be found, and a quote you live by. So we'll go with let's start with Auntie first.
Well, to purchase my book, you can go to blackorchidpride.com or it's on Amazon. The quote I want to leave everyone with is it's mainly for the women. And I made this quote up and I live by this quote. And it's like it's worked for me. And it says, men are like airplanes. Whenever one takes off, there's always one ready to land. So that's my quote that I live by. So for all these low self-esteem girls or women that's in these bad relationships, let him go. Stop chasing him. Stop fighting women over these men because they sitting back watching you fight, and then they're gonna go on to somebody totally different. So my next project, I haven't decided if I'm gonna write a third book. But I'll let you know, nephew, if I do decide to write something else. I do have material for a second book, and it's called In Love Without Making Love. So I don't know if I'm gonna go and finish it, but we'll see.
Hold on, you in love without you gotta explain
without making love. Mm-hmm. You can be in love with somebody without making love to them.
That's true intimacy. Ooh,
absolutely. Elevation. Elevation.
I ain't that elevated yet. I need a cheek. We clapping cheeks. I love you. And if I'm in love with you, we clapping cheeks. I ain't that elevated.
Oh my goodness.
God ain't through with me yet, but he know my heart. If we in love, we clapping cheeks.
Oh, have mercy.
To be honest. Ramisha, what you got?
So my book is not out yet. As I said, I'm pushing for late May, early June. But for now, you can follow me on Facebook, Ramisha Nishay. You should be able to see my first name right there. Follow that with Nishay, Niche. Follow me on Facebook. It's the same on IG, but I'm predominantly on Facebook. So follow me, plug in. There will be more info coming over the next few months. Just connect with me.
Bro, what you got, man?
So the weekly planner and activity books is available on Amazon. You literally type in weekly planner and activity books for kids, and it's going to be under Blue Cinnamon. It's going to be a pretty black girl with a cute little afro puff, y'all. So that's the book there. I also have it in 2 stores here in St. Louis if you're in the local St. Louis area. Subterranean Books in the Loop on Del Mar, and then if you're South City, my book is in Spine Indie Books bookstore and cafe. One of the quotes that I live by is giving the universe back her flowers. And just like a quick little tidbit of why I say giving the universe back her flowers, it's a spiritual thing for me. And the universe is going to give you a thought, and you water that, which turns into your purpose. And when that purpose sprouts and blossoms and it becomes projects like my book and their books that we have, that's giving the universe back her flowers. So the universe gives you a thought and it gives you a purpose, and you give it back to give to the world. So give the universe back her flowers all 2024.
Well said. One author that we could not get on today because she has a prior engagement, but her name is Ari. She is a very, very young author. I think Ari's, I want to say like 7 or 8. But she has a couple children's books that she's published. You can follow her at Ari's World, ARI World. Or you can hit up her dad at DatDudeBreeze _ That's at DAT Dude Breeze _ Y'all remember Breeze from being on the show for Father's Day. Breeze's daughter is a children's author, and I told Breeze that I wanted Ari to come, but Ari had a prior engagement. But I did tell him I would plug Ari's book. So you got kids, go get that planner for the kids, and then go get Ari's book so that we can do it like this: read Ari's book, then go get the planner so that your little babies can plan out their week and put their activities and all that stuff out there. So it goes one without, you can't do one without the other. So get both. Go get Diary of a Fat Girl. Are you still doing? I know we did the commercial, before it came out. Are there any other like discounts or promotions that people can use or that you got?
I'm gonna have to come up with one. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've been thinking about doing a couple of promotions for it. But I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Go get that book, Diary of a Fat Girl. If you don't, I'm gonna hit you in your face. My auntie gave me permission. She gave me permission to hit you in your face if you don't go get her book. Ramisha, when the book drops, let me know. Of course, I'll plug it for you.
Absolutely.
This is episode 1 for Women's History Month. Herc's World is back in full effect. We about to come fast and fierce with these episodes. As always, if you don't work, you don't eat. You gotta crawl so you can walk so you can run. Oh, snap. I ain't done this in a while, so I forgot. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you look above my head, commercial spot start at $25. Get you a professionally made commercial by AdKisser that will play on the show. When we go to break, we got commercial spots that play. If you don't believe me, ask Auntie Paris. If she had one. They start at $25. Email me at hertzworld24@gmail.com. That is hertzworld24@gmail.com. We're also looking for mini mix sponsors for the month of April and May. So if you want to sponsor the mini mix, shoot me an email. We will discuss terms and pricing. Now, as always, if you're working on eat, you gotta crawl so you can walk so you can run, and man, run before you can fly. I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, to be hurt. And so the next time you see my face or hear my voice, stay up, hurt, out.
You are now walking in the Herc's world. You are now walking into Herc's world. Aye.